Percival is king now.
Indeed, I'm always amazed year in and year out when in spring nature reinvents the world of vegetation.
Now wait a minute, isn't this supposed to be a story of knights and their battles, their tales of adventure, their maidens, etc.? What is this orgy of nature study that we have been reading through? I mean, it's okay and it's nice and refreshing and entertaining and all that, but does it really belong here? Where's all the offensive battle strategies and jousting and drinking and, well, you know, chivalrous type of stuff?
Well, dearest reader, the knight's picture painted by, let's say, Mallory in Le Morte d'Arthur is, let's face it, much rosier than it is believable. Surely there were not battles every day or even so often as every month, and when there were battles or jousting practice, knights were often laid up for months with injuries and the like, convalescing in the warm sunshine, appreciating nature, and winter came just as often as summer. And you know that the knight's adventures were very few and far between. It took days, weeks just to travel to the next town. Knights could hardly help but notice nature along the way. To survive such journeys, one often had to live off the land. Then, too, the coming of the spring must be well heralded. Spring cannot be dealt with too lightly. Don't worry, adventure is just around the next corner, and once it starts, it won't stop. Consider this nature study as sort of intermission, if you must. You know that we all will ever thrill to the sounds of the knights and their horses thundering home.
So to continue, the moon never could get used to being ignored in the early spring when men's eyes turned ever downward to the up-and-coming crocus. So the moon burst forth with tails before they could grow stale. First, the moon sliced through the clouds and cut them to shreds. Next, clouds in the other half of the sky went black with the sun behind them, and the morning bells began to chime. And on a new April day, snow fell from the midst of the moon, flakes like fine willow flowers, like shreds of silk torn from the clouds. The old moon man blew it this way and that until we could hardly see from here to there.
O moon, how little faith you have in us.
Did you really think that we could forget you? Taliesin, my poet, what words do you have for us on such a snowy April day? Well, my king, I say to you that April has long been classified as portion of winter, not of spring, and that an April blizzard is not unexpected. Furthermore, the winter, like death, seizes on men whether prepared or not, and that May, like the Virgin of Virgo, will quickly work her spring charm into the embrace of winter's icy arms, such that all shall be warm and flowery for us. Even now the winged musicians do sing to entertain the bashful spring. Now, sit down and hear the snow melting under nature's eye in the sky. Put your drink in the shade so it will stay cold as the bright light melts the cold ice. And listen, the rivulets run down to the shore. The trickling is heard by us as we are laid sunning in the snow. Great white beasts lumber through the sky as clouds and then disappear at twilight.
Okay, moon, you full and budding pink moon, I have a question for you. With Percival and Ghislaine no longer knights but kings, who will be the last knight now? Who is the last knight of them all? After all, that is the title of this almanac.
Thanks for the easy question. Don't you remember? Why, I wear his face. It is Sir Arthur, once king, of course, whose footsteps follow yours now. He is the last knight, watching over you from my visage as you can but smell the fresh-turned earth mold. Remember, those who dance are thought mad by those who don't hear the music. Now choose your mate, the joyful spring to celebrate.